Okay. John will be eventually, I don't know. I just know, was this written?
We were just out there reminiscing. We don't see each other that much. Since the show ended, maybe this is the second or third
You're wearing
time.
next to nothing. That's fantastic.
Every day. Every day.
Okay.
We may be on BCTV right now.
That means don't swear.
Shit, too late.
Oh.
I got a movie coming out. You wait.
Do I have any questions from anyone?
Acting. Yes, it's better to start right away with big questions because instead of us pontificating. Trying to get through the lobbies of the Marriott Hotel. God. It's exhausting, isn't it?
What?
Just to walk through the lobbies of these hotels.
I don't know.
The massive humanity.
Yeah, I don't know. No, it's a massive furries. Okay, you know what furries are?
I do not.
Oh, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Bring it up. I
What-
had to.
Is this from a show?
You don't know furries? Seriously? You don't know furries? Oh my god. Have you seen the people dressed up like teddy bears and stuff that are here?
No.
And you know, you seriously don't know.
I haven't seen it. What are birds?
Oh.
I can't do it. I
Is
did
this a
this
vagina
no,
thing?
Like, seriously, I'm serious. I did this to Christopher Judge like 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago? I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. Is it not on? Is it on? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
but-
sorry. I did this to like Chris like 3 years ago, something like that. You seriously don't know what
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. We'll be back. Wait a minute.
Are they walking around you right?
Well, yeah.
So you guys know. It's pretty well known.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
There's actually more to it than that, apparently. I don't know. There's more to it than that, but yeah.
Is this why there's a spike 9 months later in births? Very interesting.
That far better than Kristen.
Wow. Did Chris want to go get an outfit?
Oh! Drop it, he hadn't thought of it.
So, question.
So, are you considering any more westerns?
It's funny you mention it. Yes, I have one lined up right now, and it's with someone that Lexa knows. It's from Al Harmon, our good buddy Al Harmon up there at Really Real Films, and his wife Cindy. It's called Tranquility, and we just signed Anne Margaret to be on it with me.
Cool.
Very cool. And who knows when we'll start shooting, but hopefully sometime in the next 8 months or something. But they 90% of it shot up in Canada, but there's a small chance it might be in New Mexico. But it's called Tranquility. It's very nice. It's about a gunfighter who wants to quit doing it. And I'm that gunfighter. But I'm being marked by all these 20-year-olds that want to take me out because I was the king.
Isn't it called Unforgiven?
It's kind of like that. We borrow from everybody.
Okay.
Lexa, what was it like to play Evil Rami?
Playing Evil Rami was way too much fun. That was so much fun.
Because then her personality came out. Evil Rami.
At the time, that was right after I gave birth to Liam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so sleep deprived and breastfeeding. I was feeling a little stabby. It was really great to be able to channel it into my art. That's, yeah.
Your facial expressions in that episode just kill me.
We would have liked to have finished. I know this question will come up. Because I get a lot of people saying seasons 4 and 5 got confusing for them.
Dude, they got confusing for me.
I know. We actually were supposed to have 2 more years on that show, and would have done, because it was still, in the States, it's still the #1 syndicated show. And
We were supposed to have 2 more
Tribune,
years?
we were supposed to have 2 more years.
Why didn't we?
Because Tribune ran into huge financial problems. We were one of the few things making money for them. I think Newton X was doing okay for them, and Beastmaster as well. But Tribune also, based out of Chicago, owns the Chicago Cubs. Enough said. Chicago Tribune, LA Times, and 57 stations around the country, plus the super stations like WGN, KTLA, and WPIX in New York. And on top of the fact, there was some embezzlement going on within the company. Yeah. And that's what cost us the last 2 seasons. We were supposed to have, that's why season 5 became such a big thing, because they were not even going to have us have season 5, if you remember. They were coming back to the table to renegotiate everybody's contracts and saying, well, there was reasons why they couldn't do it, and I didn't find out until the end of season 5.
Oh my God.
So, still working? Cool. And we were all deprived of 2 more seasons of that show.
You're kidding.
Yeah. And they did the same thing. They tied mine down.
I know. I love how this is like what qualifies as entry.
But this is okay. I like this.
Okay.
Lisa and Lexa used to wait on the set wherever our new guest star was on the show. They'd wait to see if it took me 1 minute or 5 minutes to make some kind of remark.
Oh, dude, 1 minute? 30 seconds.
If you guys want to line up the questions, like start here, and then on the other side, the middle
Where's that voice coming from?
start lining up here if you want to ask questions.
Now, don't everybody rush.
Yes.
Freak out.
Rush
This is like a small force ranch.
Okay, I'd like to point out, does anybody notice in the first season of Andromeda that the color of the force lance changed? Because in the first season, it was red and gold and didn't have that extra slit in it, and it was veined. Remember? It had veins.
Looked like a dildo. We all looked at it.
Oh!
All of us,
This has got to change. And in season 2, they were making
on paper, I think it looked really good when they drew it. But when you had it, when you look at it going, what does it look like? The force lance became trademark.
Kevin said it at least 5 times a day.
I did. And if I didn't say it to the co-star of the week, somebody from the crew, usually Marco or somebody else, would come on and say, "When are you going to say it? When are you going to say it?" Because they wanted it on film. Right. So they have me doing that like 1,000 times on film. But they have you and Lisa. Yeah, but they have you and Lisa on a whole different reel doing stuff after you guys ever messed up a line, saying different words.
Oh yeah, we swore.
You swore.
I would find new creative ways of swearing. And they all suck.
It was pretty fun when the rap party when they showed the reel of you guys going off. And interesting. Anyway, we got a line. We got a miniature line back there. Naked Man, too, an orange man.
Hello, Kevin. This question's for Lexa. Lexa, what was it like for you and Lisa to kind of reverse roles when you did Jason X?
Hilarious. We actually thought that there was this whole other show that we should be doing. Because if you look at the cast of Jason X and then the cast of Andromeda, it's like all the same characters. And if you look at a lot of sci-fi shows, they have those same sort of template characters. And we thought that we could just take the characters and move them from one show to the next show to the next show. We actually had this idea for a sitcom called Rumble and Sparks, where she was Rumble and I was Sparks. And because this happened, every episode, and Rumble! And Rumble! And the ship gets hit, and they don't have the money to actually shake the set. So they just shake the camera, and it's up to us to do the shakings. And Rumble! Spark, 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 spark! Well, they get your reaction off, the squib heads.
You shot that right before we started, or right?
Right, yeah, that's why I was late. I don't know if you remember, but I was
No, I
late.
didn't remember that.
I missed what, the first 2 episodes? The first 3 episodes?
The first
Rami,
two.
oh yeah, this is
The first 2, because I think you came in later just as a normal.
Rami the android was supposed to be there from the very first
Yeah.
episode. But the reason why she wasn't and was billed later by Harper was because I was unavailable to shoot the first 2 or 3 episodes, I guess, because I was in Toronto doing Jason X, and couldn't come out to Vancouver until like the 3rd.
Well, they said you later, you caught up by doing some like
Green
shots, green screen, like you were the floating.
Yeah, the floating hologram.
The voiceover.
Yes.
And I come out when we go into the time warp thing. What was the show? What did I do?
Yeah.
I was in suspense.
There's black hole. There was a black hole. You were in a black
I was
hole.
in a black hole.
He still is.
Ooh.
Thank you.
What happened? You got no more questions?
Oh.
Oh. Bastard orange man. Yes.
I can't move and I don't want to disrupt anybody's video.
Yeah, he's coming.
We'll repeat it.
Thank you. Mr. Sorbo, I'm asking you to cast your mind back to when you were a guest star on Murder, She Wrote. It's true, you made it.
I was. Even before Hercules.
I wanted to know if you could relate to us how it was working with Angela Lansbury.
Well, Angela invited me into her camper for lunch. With her husband. With her husband. She's from the theater. She's well trained. And Angela, I know, I'm kidding. I'm big fan. My mom's big fan. She's so excited. That's the coolest thing I could ever done in my life was to be on that show. But the reason I was invited in is because she wanted to set me up with her niece. Don't do blind dates. They don't work. Most of them do. Anyway, yeah, it was fun to be on set, but it was interesting because it was the first time director for that show. And that was such a well-oiled machine. What, it ran 12 years, 15? I mean, it ran a long time. And Angela's hours were 10 to 5. Great hours. Those were her hours.
So that's where you got
That's where I got the idea. She shows up and she leaves. And they told the director, they said, shoot her out. And she uses cue cards. Everywhere. There's cue cards set up everywhere.
Okay, really? I was working on this English television series called The Professional with Edward Woodward, which if you take all the D's out of his name, it's Ewar. But he did the same thing. He would actually, he would pin his lines to me as I was doing it.
I'm gonna steal that eventually. Because there's some stuff, especially for her, that was so hard to say. I mean, she by far had to say the most ridiculous stuff. And you did it very well, I must say. I know, you had brutal dialogue. But she had these...
This is for Twitter.
She had these cue cards everywhere, and if you watch her, she does move around a lot, but you can never tell. You can't tell that she's reading. She's so good at it. And so we had a scene to do, and it was 5 o'clock. And it was with Angela. We blocked it, and then she left. And the director didn't know she left. And of course, where's Angela? And she's not here. We told her. I mean, she really does leave at 5. Well, we told you 7 times. She leaves at 5. So I had to do a scene without her there, and they just sort of. But you know what? She was a pro. I'm just saying, those are her hours.
I did a lot of scenes without you there.
She earned her right. But she earned her right. I mean, she's been around forever, and I think she's still doing a play right now in London or something.
Wow.
She's everywhere. It's pretty impressive. So, but it was fun. It was fun to work with her, no question.
Okay, so that's not for Twitter. I have unknown error response from Twitter. Likely they are over capacity or the what? And you just changed them.
It's been failing all weekend.
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
Twitter's
Question? Right here.